So he's gone. Hayden Hurst signed a 3-year, $21.75 million contract, $13 million fully guaranteed with the Carolina Panthers. Meaning Von Bell and Hayden Hurst will be playing together this upcoming season. It is what it is, you know. We talked about this yesterday, and we got to talk about this again today. The Bengals are going to be losing everybody. They're going to be losing everybody, and at most might keep one more free agent. That could be Eli Apple. That could be, Trey Flowers. Or it's possible they just lose all those guys. And they really just, try to do something in the rest of free agency, try to do something in the draft, and they kind of work around there. With this tight end market, with this tight end class being so good, it makes sense that they want too eagle crazy to go ahead and go after Hayden Hurst. Again, his market value was around $4 million. He signed for $7 million, so he signed above market value. I couldn't see Cincinnati really chasing him for that price tag. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's not like he went out there and got the bag. So he kind of just got decent money, and now he's with Carolina. The other news is the Bengals are reportedly interested in Zeke Elliott. He was just released by the Dallas Cowboys. No. Absolutely no. There's no chance in heck. I mean, I could not even get behind the whole idea / concept of them going after him. So, my answer to this one is a big fat no. I would never in a million years want to see them go after Zeke Elliott. I just don't think it's worth it. They did re-sign Trevion Williams. He's mainly a special teams guy, but he is a running back on their roster. They re-signed him. So now they have Joe Mixon, Chris Evans, and Williams. They have no running backs. And if they obviously we'll see what ends up happening with Zeke Elliott. With Joe Mixon and whether or not they keep him or not. But let me just type in Pro Football Mock Draft so we can kind of draft now with the fact that Hayden Hurst is gone. Hey, man, that sucks. It really does. I really thought that he would come back, team-friendly deal, and he'd be kind of like the rock, right, that holds everything together. And it didn't work out. It honestly just didn't work out in the end. So we had the Bengals full 7-round mock draft. Let me go ahead and move this over so we can see a little bit better. But we are drafting the 28th overall pick. Keep that in mind. This is updated with Carolina having the number 1 overall pick. Now, question is, without Hayden Hurst, do you take a tight end in the first round? And it's like, for me, I say no, because I still think you take tackle. But now, especially now, it's becoming more and more that I'm interested in Darnell Washington. Guys, do not remember Darnell Washington. He's 6'7". He's pretty much a right tackle who also plays tight end. He's a mix of the two. And which absolutely I feel like Cincinnati needs right now is a tight end that can play. That can be a blocker and a tight end in case something happens with the right tackle, in case something goes down where they don't have, as good of a right tackle. But I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like now they're going to really have to target a lot of different positions in this draft. I mean, I wouldn't be against the idea right now, by the way, of trading out of this pick. If you're Cincinnati, you could trade out of this pick right here and maybe stack some picks up. And I would not be against that idea / concept. But yeah, I mean, right now, obviously, the best player on the board is Antoine Harrison. He is the pick here, right? He is the guy you go with. If you don't go with him, then you're probably going with a tight end. If you're not going with tight end, then you're probably just trading back. Like, for example, safety. Let me try to uncheck these. There we go. I want to select safety, take out specials. All right, so the best safety on the board right now is Antonio Johnson, right? He is projected to be a first or second round pick. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to these safeties. The best of the best is Brian Branch, right? And they drop off so freaking quickly. It's not like this draft class is going to be good for safeties. But yeah, it's like you take Antoine Harrison again. Could you go with a tight end? Don't know. You could. But I feel like you really want to solidify that tackle position. The second round, and this is what I said a second ago, look at that. He's off the board. Sidney Brown is the best player available. Now, he's not that bad. Sidney Brown is definitely a decent player. He's projected second or third round. Athleticism is where he wins at, which is not what you want to see when it comes to a player. What is his role, versatile safety, and what he can prove on his tackling. Now, could Lou take him and make him an absolute monster in his system? Absolutely. And I think in this mock draft, we're going to take a safety. I've not taken a safety this early in any mock drafts, but with now C.J. Gardner-Johnson most likely going back to Philly, and I haven't heard much information about them interested in my man Taylor Rapp. I'm probably going with that. Then I'm going Carl Brooks from Bowling Green. You already know I'm going with him because he is an absolute stud. I really do hope you guys take him. He's a stud pass rusher. And then I'm probably going tight end. Probably going Josh Wile. I could probably get him in the 5th round. I'm probably not. I'm going Josh in the 5th. I'm probably going. Dwayne McBride or more. I'm going this man. I'm going Moro Jumbo. I can't get away from him. He's a monster. And then in this pick, now I gotta choose. Do I want? Oh, Zach, bro, why? He is going higher and higher pick wise. Josh Wiley is almost a 4th round pick at this point, which is crazy to me. I'm going Dwayne McBride here. Now, good thing is the tight end class, like I said before, is very deep, so you can still take a tight end in the 6th round and be absolutely fine. But I don't want to rely on a 6th round draft pick to be my starting tight end. Heck no. I know they're like, oh, you can develop anyone to become good. I don't give a rat's butt if you can develop anyone to be good. I want a veteran on my lineup who knows what he's doing, especially when, Joe Burrow calls certain routes and this guy's looking at him like he's like, lost in a maze, like, huh? What do you want me to run? Oh, man. I'm probably going best player available here. I don't know, guys. I'm at a point where it's like, now without Hayden Hurst on the roster, this changes everything. This really does change everything. I'm now to a point where it's like, I'm thinking, it has to be tackle first, right? So I got I ended up getting an A-. They liked all my picks, which I'm not surprised. Absolute Bengals GM over here. Let me try this again. Alright. Let me see. What if, for example, we trade out of this pick with the Texans or something? Maybe. This is another thing I've been thinking about. Is if, for example, they trade out of this pick. Right? And wait, this is why I don't like mock drafts. Why would they say no to them trading up to 28th overall pick from the 32nd? They don't lose anything. Okay, this is not gonna work. Never mind. This is not gonna work. Because let's say they go with tight end, right? Out of all 3 of these options, I like Darnell Washington the best, but he is a 2nd round pick, but I do like him the best. All right, so now we go with tight end. Kind of fix that position. 2nd round, we have to go safety because there's just simply not that much on the board. It's not like offensive tackle. Offensive tackle you can get later on in the draft. I love my man Bowling Greens, but I'm gonna have to go tackle here. Oh God, this guy is trash. Yeah, I forgot. When you get later on the draft, you're gonna get it's either you go early or you go very late. Like Connor Gavin is the guy I'd probably go with. But the question is, he's still gonna be available in the 4th round, and I don't think he will be. So I might reach a little bit right there to get him. I don't really love the idea of reaching right there to get him, but I mean, it is what it is. I get Dwayne McBride. I probably would have taken Moro Ojabo right there. If I'm being honest. Yeah, I probably would have taken Moro Ojabo right there. I probably should have, but it is what it is. Bennett here, 5th round. Not bad. Ugh. There's so many different ways he can go now. Now, without having Pirine, without having Hayden Hurst, I mean, you got to go certain directions here, man. You really do. I almost to a point where I'll take a second tight end, man. I really would. Especially with the fact that you have now none on the roster. Hayden Hurst is gone, man. Hayden Hurst is gone. That's crazy. I really thought he'd be the guy who would return. I mean, I was like, so him and Jermaine Pratt, I was like number ones on. I stuck to my guns every single day with those two guys. And now they're gone. It's crazy to me. They're going to hate my Darnell Washington. Yeah, F. I knew it. I knew they were going to hate and they're going to hate Connor Gavin. Because I reached on both of them. I reached on Darnell Washington because he could probably be a second-round pick. Mid-second-round pick. And honestly, I just don't know. Like, when it comes to the draft, when it comes to Darnell Washington, I do not believe he's going to be a mid-second round pick. I know experts are saying that. I know that's what's being talked about. But we know the NFL draft. Experts, they know it, but they're just so clouded with the judgment, I feel like, sometimes. As football fans, we know how the NFL draft works. If a team likes somebody, they're going to go up and get that guy. Right? They're going to go pay that guy, draft that guy, and get him on your squad. Because at the end of the day, you know, if the guy ends up becoming a really great tight end for you, are you saying, wow, I can't believe they got him in the first round? They could have gotten him later on and still gotten him. That's crazy. They invested too much into him. Or you're like, dang, bro, how did the Bengals get a star tight end like that, right? Now, for the other one here, the Connor McGavin, he's the best player on the board. And at the end of the day, you know, your 3rd round, you need a tackle on your team. You need to improve your offensive line. You're just going to have to take somebody there. The tight end in the 6th round got me a D. It makes sense. He's really just not the greatest. And, you know, I'm realizing more and more as we do more and more of these mock drafts is, while yes, there was a lot of good tight ends in this draft, it's seeming like when I go throughout these mock drafts, these guys are going earlier and earlier and earlier. I think a lot more teams are realizing how good this tight end class actually is. So they're taking a lot of these guys early instead of taking players that could be question marks or could be, you know, concerns for a lot of people. They're taking players very hecka early. And it makes sense and it's very smart. But at the same time, though, you're going to see this kind of same system go on where it's like these tight ends are going to start flying off the board. And if you're Cincinnati right now without a tight end, I mean, you're kind of between a rock and a hard place. You know, you don't have Hayden Hurst anymore. So, it is what it is, guys. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.